So with that, hello friends, it is Sam Badbeard, and I am here still at X Games 2024 with my new friend Wheaton.
Keaton.
That's what I said, Keaton. So we're here hanging out, and he is down the way doing wake skating.
Yeah. We have this wake skate pool that we made. We were invited here by X Games to basically show the crowd what wake skating is, and hopefully we're going to get to that medaling event level next year.
Well, and so this is a transition from wakeboard, correct?
Yeah, I mean, wake skating started in the wakeboard era about 20 years ago. People started putting grip tape on top of wakeboards, and we're at this stage now where it's very close to skateboarding. We're doing the similar tricks, 360 flips, kick flips, all of that stuff, and we have these portable devices called winches, so we actually ride in the streets now instead of behind boats. It's pretty cool.
Well, so that's kind of opening up the opportunity for someone that doesn't own a big Mastercraft or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever own a wake boat at this point with the prices they are. Yeah, the winches are affordable. They're also electric, which is huge. We personally, and the sponsor of the X Games is Moto Winch, and it's an electric winch that could sit in your lap, and it holds over 1,000 feet of line, and we can take it anywhere.
So as I saw it down there, you mentioned that it's electric. So like regardless of your size, shape, whatever, it's going to do the job.
Yeah, I mean, the bigger you get, maybe the less pulls you get, the more power it needs to get you up and out of the water. Also, your starting situation really matters, whether you're sliding off something or starting deep in the water like you would behind a boat. That obviously is going to take the most energy.
Mm-hmm. And so what was kind of your entry into wake skating, and then what has brought you to the point that you're like, you give a shit to get it going?
Oh, man. I actually live in the Reno, Tahoe area. I was a snowboarder. Got seriously injured at an X Games qualifier when I was 15. Oh, thanks, man. And after that, I kind of, in the summer in Tahoe, you got to do something. So I picked up wakeboarding, and then I actually blew my ear out wakeboarding. And I always have skateboarded, so it kind of was an easy transition. But we're talking about 15 years ago. I mean, I've traveled all the way to Florida, where you live, lived there. Wake skated kind of everywhere, and now I'm back in the Reno, Tahoe area and just going up and down the West Coast riding.
Is it kind of happening now that it's like the more landlocked places are getting access to this type of activity, like everybody with the winches or whatever it may be?
Yeah.
Kind of opening the door for that?
Yeah, and a big part also the cable parks, right? In Florida, you've got like, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 cable parks. Here in California, we have 2, and we're a much bigger state, right? And they're actually within 20 minutes of each other. So you're not getting much of that out here. I know Texas and places like that, the cable parks are popping up, Colorado, so people are seeing it. But now the winching is taking much of a bigger turn because of how easy the electric winches are to operate. Back in the day, we were winching, but it was like a Harbor Freight gas motor, and it was loud. Sketch. Yeah, it was a little sketch. I mean, we were building them ourselves. They've got these big sprockets on them that are not safe. The axle would blow off. Right. And realistically, they were so loud, we can get kicked out of spots all the time. The electric winch is, I mean, us talking right now is louder than that winch.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, so it allows more people to get into it, for sure.
That's really interesting. What's the price point of one of those winches?
I know, well, of the winch that we're using, it's the Moto Winch, and it is, in my opinion, the best one on the market.
At the premier Moto Winch.
Yeah, I mean, we do. And actually, the crew I brought here, a bunch of them have the same one, and they sponsor our tour, so it's a big deal. But that winch is the best one, I'd say, and it's the highest end one, only because the battery is so big, it lasts over a day in instances. And we're talking in the $5,000 to $6,000 range, maybe.
Well, so how many for a full day of pulls? How many pulls is that?
Well, remember, you're walking the rope out, so what's your stamina like?
I guess so.
Yeah, and what's the spot you're riding? If you're riding like a flat water spot at the side of the beach or something, I'm sure you'd go a lot longer than somewhere you're going down like a drop where you're getting smoked, right?
Well, so with what you guys are doing here, you guys are putting on an exhibition, kind of showcasing all the things. How far out is it that next year we're over on the beach side and that winch is ready to fire?
I don't think we'll go to the beach side, honestly. That was actually just what the avid person would maybe use the winch for. We're actually already in talks about what next year could look like. Yeah, I don't want to jump the gun, but we had talks. The plans we had for this one have changed drastically due to just the nature of how these live things go. So on Monday, 4 to 5 days ago, we had a completely different plan in place, and the construction team and the materials available, we ended on this. moving forward, we make it longer, bigger. But the cool part is the fans are about 5 feet away. So
splash zone. So
comfort zone, exactly. So this is I think we're really close to like getting there. The crowd, we've definitely been the biggest activation of all of this X Fest. We have like a constant 20, 30 people, and then when they push the crowd over, it's about 150 to 200 people over there. And the best part, I would say, is the recognition we're getting, or just the surprise from people. We had Chris Ray in the 9 Club, who we're huge fans of. They came over multiple times already, and we're not even through this, and they've talked to us and asked us how it is. And Zeb Powell just was over there, snowboarder. He just gave it a go. We actually know Zeb from some other wake skate stuff, but it's cool to see, you know, the reaction of people who've never seen it, and then they just really quickly realize it's just skateboarding on the water.
Mm. Well, so do you imagine that, you know, from my vantage point, wakeboarding had its heyday, and it is where it is now. Now that there's this different thing, is there bleed over, or is it like, no, man, that is something different?
It's completely different, but we're all friends and we're all homies. Like, some of the wakeboarders are actually the reason we're here. The X Games contacted my good friend Hayden and Josh, and they were like, we want the wake skating in, and they brought it to us. So we work together with them on projects, but we're definitely in the skateboard side, where the wakeboard industry is more in the cable park and boat industry. They definitely winch too, and it's unbelievable to watch them. But this, I mean, I was just told from X Games, this directly relates to skateboarding in the eye of somebody that hasn't seen it. And I mean, it's definitely, that's what people are saying, is it's working.
Right. And so is that a different equipment you're using? Is it the same setup that you would out on a lake or whatever? Like, what's
as far as the board?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really, like, honestly go out on the lake very much anymore. We're street skaters, you know, also. And so we try to, like, hit these spots at golf courses or hotels or kind of wherever. I mean, we are getting...
So there's like a guerrilla element that makes it fun too.
Oh, for sure. We're getting kicked out of spots. And just like street skating, I mean, there's definitely, you know, we go scope a spot. Maybe we'll come back, clean the spot, and then we'll hit it. Or we'll just do it all in one. If it's a high bust spot, you know, we'll be ready to get the trick and get out of there. You know, it's pretty fun, for sure.
Well, from my limited experience with wake skating, and as you said, it's developing rapidly, I could see really a lot of fun and anarchy out with what these motors provide, because just like with all technology, it's going to get better and smaller and lighter, and so you're going to be more mobile to go be these kind of vigilante.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're on the verge of that era right now, right? So the Moto Winch is just like, it's coming up right now, and thankfully, like I said, a few of us have the nice small model. But we're talking, we went from a winch that was 120 pounds to now something I can throw in a larger backpack and walk around with. My personal, the winch I use is sitting in a cooler with wheels, and we just roll it. And it's also inconspicuous in that igloo cooler, right? So we found ways around this. And like personally, the spot I ride daily is in downtown Reno, Nevada. And 10 years ago, we'd get kicked out every time we'd go there. They'd laugh at us, but say we got to go on our way. Now, the cops will literally stand there and watch us because it's eco-friendly and it's quiet. And maybe we're a little bit more mature and not arguing back with them. You know, it's enabling us to do things that we haven't been able to do in the past.
Well, hot dang, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to come try it out?
Yeah, I'm so happy to go eat shit down the way. You guys can get some good footage of it. Well, and then if I'm not mistaken, I saw Josh Slay walk by yesterday. You know Josh?
Yeah, oh yeah. So actually, Josh is part of Moto Winch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've known Josh. Me and a few of the riders actually did one of those built to shreds for Fuel TV about 15 years ago, and we met Josh. And there's actually been a really good relationship.
Fuel TV, where you at?
Boxing now? I don't know. I'm not sure, but. Yeah, we've kept in good contact with Josh, and the relationship has evolved, and it's cool. He's actually over there driving right now.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'll make my way down there in a bit. But no, that's super exciting. And then, so with what you guys are putting on, where you wanting it to go, what is the conversation for younger kids, or when you're talking to these parents, or like, what does that sound like?
Well, we're just trying to like first see if they have access to a body of water, right? Whether that be a boat or a jet ski, or like, are you close enough to like maybe come ride with us one time? Because like, yeah, we go hit these crazy spots, but like, I've got a wife and kid. We take a family day to the beach or to the lake where we just ride the line, and anyone that wants to come up a ride, we'll pull them. The barrier to entry is a little different because you can't just like go down the sidewalk or whatever. But we're drawing big crowds, and I think this is going to spark a lot of interest down here in Southern California, and hopefully it can, move across the country. I think wake sports might be a little bit more prevalent on the East Coast already, so we're actually pulling it towards the West now.
Got it. Well, that's great, man.
I mean, I'm stoked.
So if there was if you could have, a genie pop out and say, like, what do you want? What would it be? How would it look that you just like everybody started saying yes?
I would love to be a medaling event and invite all the wake skaters that we couldn't have here. It's not about a popularity contest here. We were told with a job, come here, show the crowd, right? And that's the job we're doing next year. Or if I get all the yeses I want to make a bigger setup, involve more media sources, more people to help me on the back end. I mean, at the end of the day, it's us 7 riders that put this together. We built this, we planned this, we got the insurance, we figured out how to get here, because I'm the only one that lives on the West Coast. So all the yeses would be a lot more support, but getting to that medaling level, because I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been professional for maybe 10. The guys out there are giving everything to this, and they deserve it.
Well, and then are there a lot of professional wake skaters?
I mean, professional wake skater is an interesting term just because we have so little support. We have board sponsors and a few sponsors on the side, but we all have side jobs. I mean, we connected earlier. I'm in production. I shoot films and stuff, and some of the guys are waiters and construction guys and whatnot. So, we're trying our best to get there.
That's it, man. Do what you love and find a way to get paid for it.
Yeah, we're trying. I mean, I think with some of the people that have stopped by, we've already got, that's big. We've already got questions. Can you do this event somewhere else? Which, yeah, we can do this anywhere. So I think the conversation is rolling in the right direction now. I think the guys that are here are great representations of this sport and what we love to do. And they're the top dog riders. So there are pro wake skaters. They're not all here, but the top guys are here, and they're really putting on a good exhibition for the crowd.
Well, and again, with my limited understanding of the winching and the wake skating, but as I see it, is this a sport that could progress much like pickleball, where it's like you're not going to blow out your knees like you would with wakeboarding. You're not falling in the street like you would with skateboarding. Is that something like, could you see yourself doing this like forever?
I mean, for sure. I ride with guys who were the generation before me that are like in their 50s now, and they're still riding for sure. Maybe doing, more cruiser tricks and just enjoying being out on the water. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely something that you can just keep going. It's so new. No one's really like that old into it yet. Yeah. But like I said, the guy that taught me to ride, I still ride with him, and he's got, 2 kids that are not kids anymore. So it's cool to like go out with them, see the different generations of riding, and I think I'll be doing this for a while.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, I'll find my way down there. Give it a go.
Yeah, I mean,
I brought my swimmies. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean the sun's coming out there, so I mean if you get hot, come by the pool.
Right on. Well, I appreciate your time here at X Games 2024. This is your time. I know we've been talking about wake skating. We didn't get a chance to really deep dive you necessarily. But that can be for a later date. But at this point, if you want to just anything you want to say specifically or made mention of, go find, follow, like, subscribe.
Oh, man, there's so many people to think for this event. First Vive and X Games, they made this happen. It's not cheap to build a pool in the middle of a lot, right? So they made that happen. Moto Winch for giving us the pools. They helped the riders get here. We actually, what I didn't mention is we are doing kind of our own little best trick, put on this company called Water Co. And then also a helmet company sponsored this little event. It's these helmet hats called Bang Proof.
Is that the collapsible thing I've been seeing?
It's not collapsible, but it's like a bucket hat, but it has the actual, like, whatever the rating is you need for a helmet. Cool. So it's like a good looking helmet, to be honest. And it is safe. We've all fallen with them, and they protect your dome. So
practiced with them. That's great.
Yeah, so big shout out to those guys, and just big shout out to the riders and everyone that supported us. I never imagined that we'd get here, and we're here.
Dude, congratulations. I'm excited to be at this start of the journey, and I'll follow along with you, and I'm excited to see where you go.
Yeah, thanks so much. All the follows will be in there, all the ats and everything. It's not about me. It's about this sport and getting us to the next level.
Well, cheers, brother.
Thanks, man.
I'll see you in Atlanta, because that's where we play.
Yeah, we'll be in Atlanta.